Hello everybody, Wesley here. This video today is how to start building credit. Now hold on, before you start getting mad at me that credit cards are bad, credit cards get you into debt, credit cards are the root of all evil, I want to explain why it is so important to get a credit card, especially at a young age. A credit card is so important to get at a young age because it allows you to start building credit. Credit is useful in so many different areas in your life. Not only do you need credit for a vehicle loan, for a bank loan, could be a business loan, but most importantly, it allows you to get a mortgage. Now, a mortgage allows you to buy rental properties. Rental properties are a great way to expand your net worth. That is not about today's video, but we need to talk about why credit is good, why getting a high credit rating is essential for your financial future, and that all starts with a credit card. A credit card is not the only way to start building credit, but it is by far the easiest way to start building it. So today's video is all about how to pick the right card for you and how to start building credit. The first thing we're going to cover is where you need to go to open your first credit card. I highly recommend going to your local bank. The reason I recommend this is you usually get the best rates on a credit card at your local bank. Sure, you can go to Walmart, sure you can go to PC Financial with Loblaws or Superstore or Canadian Tire or some other credit company, but you usually will get higher rates and not as good perks that come with that credit card for a beginner. Go to your bank and see what they have. We now need to cover the types of credit cards. There's kind of four different reward types. You can get A, cash back, B, air miles or air rewards, C, you can get in-store credit or in-store cash back that you can use at that store, and D, I've found some ones that are for points. You can get like TD points if you're with TD Bank, or you can get BMO points and redeem them on BMO's website. For beginners, I personally like to just have a straight cash back card. This means that if you had 1% cash back for every $100 you spend, you'll get $1 in cash back. For most credit cards, cash back usually does give you the lowest rewards, although it is much more useful to have cash than to have points that you can redeem for other stuff. Walmart does have a good one. At the moment, PC also has a good one, although it is harder to get because you need an established credit history. You'll find out with some credit cards that you need existing credit to get a credit card. That is why I recommend a credit card with a bank. Now that you have chosen one of those four, again, I have a cash back credit card. I find it the most useful, still being within 2 years of new credit. You need to find a credit card that has a cashback reward at your bank that you will qualify for. There's no point in applying for a credit card that you will not qualify for. Some credit cards like platinum cards or the fancy cards, you need to make a certain amount of money each year, let's say $80,000 or $120,000 income in your home. Apply for a very basic one on your bank. I guarantee they'll have one. Every bank has a beginner credit card. You can get a small limit. Apply to that one. But you need to know what you're getting, what interest rate, the terms on your credit card. That is all very important to know all of those, because you will be the one that has to pay the interest if you go over your grace period. Now that you have found a credit card that has the correct reward system for you at your bank that you do qualify for, I want to mention several brief things. Before you apply for a credit card, you should have somewhere of 6 months and over of stable work experience. Banks and lenders look for this to see if you can properly pay off your credit card because you have no credit rating. Also, if you have any existing debt like student loans or any other negative account balances, that won't help you when applying for a credit card. You also need to be above the age of 18, at least in Canada. I don't know if that's in the same in the United States or in other places of the world, but in Canada you must be at least 18 years of age to open your own credit card. After finding your credit card that you can qualify for, apply for it. If you need to show bank stubs or pay stubs, you can go hand those in. Now you can start building credit. Credit is so important to start building. As soon as you're 18, I went to my 18th birthday, the day I turned 18. I signed up for my credit card. I was pre-approved on the spot, and it came in the mail 2 or 3 weeks later, and now I've been building my credit. This has already been so helpful for me, and I'm only 19. Build your credit. You will thank me later for it. Credit is so important. Yes, credit can get you into debt. Yes, credit debt is not good and the interest is very fast. But it also, if you use it in the correct way and you practice proper discipline, having credit can be so beneficial. Now, before I cover 2 tips I want to share with you, I want to let you know that my website link is down in the description below. I will be writing an article all about choosing credit cards and staying credit card debt free. Make sure to go check that out. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those will be linked down below. If you could also sign up for my newsletter, I would greatly appreciate that. I try to send out 1 or 2 newsletters a week. I have some special information that I only share with those people. Now, the 2 tips I want to share with you are: first, pay your balance in full every single month. Never carry a balance. If you never let yourself carry a balance, you will never pay interest. If you never pay interest, you'll never overpay and you'll never get into debt. It sounds so easy, but it can be so hard. The second tip I have for you is never spend money you don't have. Yes, with a credit card, you can get a $1,500 or $2,000 limit on your first credit card, and you'd love to go spend that money. But if you don't have the cold hard cash to pay that off right now, do not spend the money that you do not have. This further prevents you from getting into debt. If you do not spend money you have, you will never go into debt. And if you never go into debt, you'll never have to get out of it. It sounds so much easier than it actually is. And I'm sure anyone who has a credit card can tell you that they hated that they had overspent and they have to pay interest, and it really sucks. Just to elaborate on that, in the US, the average family has about $6,000 of balanced credit card debt that they carry as a balance. Now, if you paid the minimum payments on that, it would take something like 14 years to pay off. And that includes over $4,000 in interest. Think about that. You spent $6,000 on whatever it is, maybe a fancy computer, whatever. You took 14 years to pay it off while paying an extra $4,000 in interest. You've almost spent the amount that item cost in interest. You spent $10,000 and only got $6,000 of actual value in the item you bought, assuming it holds its value, and you spent 14 years paying it off. Always pay more than the minimum payment. You can pay something like $10 a month. Never ever pay just the minimum payment. Always pay that plus $100. Or if you'd follow both of my first tips, you'd never be in this problem. But let's say you do have debt, always pay more than the minimum payment. It is ridiculous the amount of interest you will end up paying. And it sucks to go spend that money. If I bought a briefcase a while ago for $400. It was an awesome briefcase. But if I start making those minimum payments, well, that briefcase now costs me $500, $600, $700. I have then wasted $300 if I have $300 in interest. That briefcase was only $400. Do not waste money. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know I got a little passionate there, but it hurts me seeing other people in that debt that you can avoid. You need to build that discipline. You need to listen to those 2 tips that I gave you and follow them as soon as you got your credit card. Do not put off getting a credit card because you'll you'll qualify for a better one later, or you'll want something, a different one, or you're not sure. Get one now, be smart with it, and start building your future.